Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, which is its full name, is a gigantic beast of a game that hits the mark most of the time, but it is sort of wrapped in the jank of a massive open world you may be expecting. And to be honest, that sort of doesn't hold it back from the most fun that you can have within it. It's when you see something like Ghost Recon, you could be guessing sort of the really intense battles where you scope out an area and a couple shots and you're down, and it's quite intense, and working together well as a squad results in victory. And somehow, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly, is they've managed to sort of put those moments in there in this massive, and I mean massive, open world. This is one of the biggest open world games I think I've seen in quite a while, and it's not like, I wouldn't say it's like Just Cause 3 huge, where it's just huge for huge sake or anything like that. It's huge, but it's varied, and each new area sort of brings its own sort of look to it and layout, and it's very well designed. Like, it's not just road here, road there, here's some salt flats, here's a lake, here's grassland, here's a city or town. It feels very like organic or natural. It feels like this is sort of a real place where the way the roads go up a hill and sort of the bumps and grooves all along the way. It really is an incredibly fleshed out world in terms of its design and layout, and that like cannot be overlooked. And if somehow within this ridiculously big world where you get into planes and helicopters, there's still that really intense sort of breaching sort of, you know, like the SWAT style sort of scope out an area, find the enemies, find your way of execution and your planning and your path and what you're going to do. And they've done that somehow in this massive open world. There's like little plots of it everywhere, but probably the most fun with Ghost Recon is when those things don't work. Like when you try to execute a good tactical plan and everything turns to crap and it becomes explosive, crazy fun, and that's when Ghost Recon is at its best. And doing it alone is fine. You always have 3 AI partners. The only thing with the AI partners is they're obnoxious to an unbelievable degree, to the extent where I honestly stopped caring about the story and its cutscenes, and I actually started to sort of phase out the sound at all, which is kind of disappointing because there's some humorous moments and like it's the sound design's fine. It's just when they talk and what they call people, like I think one of them was cockholster, fuckstick I think was another one. It's just ridiculous language that no one would normally speak unless they're trying to be like irreverent or weird. And I mean, I don't understand why that's in here when they're supposed to be like real serious American army style men, and they're talking like they're some 15-year-old trying to get views on Twitch. It, to me, makes no sense. But either way, it's fine on its own, but it's taken to a whole new degree when you're playing online, and the game kind of knows that. And you see everywhere, every 10 seconds if you're playing on your own, if you hold this button, join a public lobby, play online, it's kind of everywhere. And it's there for a good reason, because when you play the game online, it really comes into its own thing, and it really becomes an absolute blast to play. It's not sort of the game that you're going to remember for months or years to come, but you'll remember sort of the silly little moments in there that you did with your friend, where he came in with a helicopter and he sort of blocked the path for this, and you jumped in with this and you dropped that and threw a grenade and it went wrong and you blew up your own friend. And it's just those mad emergent stories that sort of make open world games so great, especially in a co-op field. They're all possible here in Ghost Recon Wildlands, and the game itself is huge. Like, it will take dozens of hours, I'd say 40 to 50 hours to do everything in this game. And beyond doing the main missions, there are plenty of things to find. There are weapons, there are attachments, there are skill points, and there's quite a decent skill tree within there. It's just there's so much to find, and it kind of falls in a way into that Ubisoft open world design of open your map and just see dot 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 everywhere. And for whatever reason, probably down to Ubisoft doing this so bloody long at this stage, where everything's an open world with lots of dots and scoping out and climbing towers and everything else like that, they've they've finally crafted, like eventually, the perfect sort of style to these open world games, where I feel like this is their perfect or peak of making open world games enjoyable. Like, seeing all these dots around the map, I never once sighed or groaned or rolled my eyes like I did in an Assassin's Creed game. I was like, great, I'm going to fly over here and approach it this way, because you know it's going to be different. It's not just going to be another little square with a building here, 2 enemies there, that over there, that over there. They've done a great way of, even if some of the buildings are laid out the same, there's differences, weapons, there's different types of enemies. They've mixed things up enough that it never gets boring. And then throw on top of that, being able to play with up to 3 other friends, and you've got some of the most explosive, dumb, loose gunplay and gameplay I've experienced in an open world game in quite some time. And it may not be the super serious, ultra like AAA package you might expect from Ubisoft, because there are quite a few bugs. It feels a bit loose. The controls of the vehicles aren't excellent. The way your character moves can sometimes feel a bit, I don't know, overly loose. But the actual execution of the gunplay, of the playing online with friends, of doing the open world everything, it's just so much fun that if you're looking for a game to jump in with some friends, I genuinely can't tell you many games that are better than this. And sort of, if you're lucky, this is what it does best. It's creating a great open world with lots of things to do that looks pretty great, and doing it with friends. That's the best you're going to get out of this game.